All right. The pastor called me and please pay attention. Pay attention. Pay close attention. The pastor called me and was telling me something, telling me about um, another pastor that dedicated a child. I now asked him, what happened? He said yes, that this pastor are the reason why people are, you know, talking bad against Christianity, more especially attacking pastors. And I asked him what happened. He said, could I imagine that this person that called himself a pastor, I just want to use his words verbatim. Could I believe that this person that calls himself a pastor went and dedicated a child that was born out of wedlock? At that point, I pinched myself. I became interested and curious at the same time. I was like, please tell me, what really happened? He said, yes, that this lady that was not married, who was busy junketing, jumping from one bed to another, got pregnant, unwanted pregnancy, and carried the pregnancy, gave birth, and brought the baby to the church, to the pastor in the church for the pastor to dedicate the child. The pastor have the effrontery to carry this child, an unholy seed in his word. I was making points from what he was saying. An unholy seed. He carried it to the holy altar of God. Unholy seed to the holy altar of God. That he was dedicating the child. That this is the reason why people are attacking pastors, attacking Christianity, and stuff like that. At a point, I couldn't, I couldn't bear what he was saying. I said, please, excuse me, pastor, you said you are, right? He said, yes. I don't want to mention his name. He's a pastor of one of the big churches in Abuja, not the biggest anywhere, but his church is big in Abuja. I said, did you say that what this pastor did was wrong? He said, yes, that was wrong. He said, in fact, that God, is angry with him. He has started speaking for God. I said, please. He said he carried unholy seed to the holy altar of God. So now listen, let me tell you. I told him, you yourself is the person that is having problem here. You are the person who is not a pastor. You are the person who doesn't even know God. You are the pastor who claim to be pastor, but you don't even know what you are doing. So listen to me, because I listened to you. If you are really a pastor and you know what you are doing, you understand the nitty-gritty of what you are doing, nitty-gritty of what you are doing. You will understand what is dedication. I hope you are preaching salvation. I hope what you are doing is preaching salvation, winning souls to Christ, isn't it? Good. And I'm asking, what did the Bible say in the book of Psalms? That children are from who? He said from God. No, at first he was just trying to, logically play politics with the question. I say, no, go straight to the point. What did the Bible say? Where did the Bible say that children come from? He said, from God. I said, good. Now, if that child comes from God, if God decides to give that child to that lady, who you know, yes, no doubt, whom you know that she's busy jumping from one bed to another, and God decides, if you that claim to be a pastor study your Bible very, I don't want to. I told him, see, if I should go into the Bible, tell you people that were born out of wedlock that God used in the Bible, they plenty. Yeah, even I told him, even if you trace the genealogy of Jesus Christ himself according to the Bible, you will now see where he come from. But that's not the issue here now. And I told him, if God decides to give that child, to bring that child into this world through that kind of lady you are talking about, now you call what God made unholy. Now, what you call holy is the place you call altar, where your own wife is half naked, is standing half naked, is the one you call holy. But the child that God gave is unholy. You call it an unholy seed. You call it, in his word, he said, it's a product of fornication. Product of fornication. I said, okay, if God himself decided to give that product through that fornication, who are you supposed to blame? Are you supposed to blame the lady or God that gave that product through that process? Told him, Pastor, you're supposed to blame God and not that lady, because it was God who gave that child according to the Bible, right? And I said, no. And I told him, if you understand what is dedication, you would have known better. That is another way of winning a soul. That person now you are calling a bad pastor is even good pastor than you, is even wiser than you, because what I see him doing here now is trying to use one stone to kill two birds. Yes. And I went further. I said, dedication simply means returning that which God have given to you back to him. I said, okay, let's assume it. From your own interpretation now, let's assume it that is a product of fornication, as he said. And the pastor now said, okay, this is a product of fornication. Let us sanctify this product of fornication and hand it over to God so that God can wash it and make good use of it. That is what the gospel is all about. If you don't know what you're doing, isn't that what the gospel is all about? And I'll ask him again. You said that child is a product of fornication. I agree with you. And I told him, do you know that so many pastors today in Nigeria, so many pastors, even those ones you call great men of God, so many of them today have product of fornication in their houses, not only in their church, in their houses. Do you know? He kept mute. I said, do you know? Hello, hello. He said, are you there? He said, yes. I said, do you know? He said, he doesn't know, that he doesn't even know what I'm talking about. I say, you will know. You are pretending not to know, but I'll make you know. And I told him, do you know that so many pastors in Nigeria today, their wives are barren? So many pastors have married for years without the fruit of the womb. They ended up adopting. Those children, those kids they adopted are product of what? Who gave birth to them? How did they come into this world? He said, I say, leave that. The truth is that all those children were equally product of what? Fornication, unwanted pregnancies, rape, and all the rest of them. Now, when those pastors and their wives adopted those children, didn't they dedicate them? I say, see, now I asked him, so as you are now, should a well-known harlot in your area come into your church one Sunday morning when the service is going on, what will you do? You will drive her out. I know that's what somebody like you would do. You say, she's an unclean person. She doesn't have to come into the house of God. Let her stay outside or let her go. But you have witches and wizards sitting with you in that place. You have demons sitting in that same church with you. And now ask me again, what do you call holiness? What do you know about holiness? Do you think that holiness is a word of a mouth? Of the mouth? Do you think that holiness is the word of the mouth? Holiness is energy. Holiness is a spirit. Holiness is a force. Holiness is a power. And that is why, for you to be holy, there are some certain things you may not do. There are some certain things you may really need to abstain yourselves from. I said, where you call the holy altar of God, is it not where your wife and other female members of your church will stand with their monthly flow? Where they will stand with their monthly flow, carry the microphone, stand, put their hands on the lectern. Tell me, do you know what is holy? Do you know how to make something holy? And I said, do you remember what happened in the book of Exodus? When the voice of God, according to the Bible story, called Moses out from the burning bush. Do you remember the instruction? He said, Moses, remove your shoe, for where you are standing is what? A holy ground. And that's why white garment churches today, they don't wear shoes inside their church premises, and they don't wear it inside their church temples. That is the aspect of the Bible they are using to practice that, if you don't know. Okay? That voice told Moses, remove your shoe, remove your sandals, for where you are standing is what? It's a holy ground. But look at the place you call holy today. What makes it holy? What makes it holy is the disco lights everywhere, the ties, the golden or glass lectern, and all the rest of the other. So to you, those are those. No, I told him no, bro. What you have there is a party hall. You have a party hall, then you have a theater. You have a place where a stage where you stand to perform. Anybody who can come up there to perform. You don't have a holy altar. So please stop condemning that pastor. Desist from that. Because I will tell you confidently and comfortably that he knows God more than you. My people, can you see now? Look at this issue now. Look at this story now. Look at this now. Is that how to worship God? This person now that called me and is, saying all this thing, have members that he's talking to. Have members that are listening to him. Have members that are believing all this crap and garbages from him. I wonder what this kind of person will be teaching his flocks, his members. In the midst of all this confusion, who will be right and who is right? Who is doing the right thing? Who is leading the people aright? Please, can you please answer me this question or questions in the comment section? I will be very pleased. Thank you. Till I come your way again, stay safe for me because I love you. Bye.